businesses, all Shila Prabhupada. I hope you all are well. Welcome you all to His Only Chandramouli Maharaj's daily call. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And today we will be discussing Shrimad Bhagavatam, second canto, 10th chapter, and verse number 32. The name of the chapter is The Bhagavatam is the answer to all the questions. And I'm very sorry that you have to tolerate me today. If you want to drop off, you can drop off. But I would appreciate that if you would give me the time and opportunity to purify myself. I have nothing to share from myself. Whatever I'll be sharing it from the scriptures, from Srila Prabhupada's books, and whatever our previous acharyas have shared with us. So this is more for my own purification and a general discussion between all of us on this particular verse. So but I've tried to understand myself. It was quite a technical verse, but I made a humble attempt. So I would appreciate your patience with me, please. Just give me a second. I will share my screen. Okay, so this is our verse. I'm going to switch off my camera because it's a bit tricky for me. Internet is not so good when I'm talking and sharing and everything. Okay. So verse is Gunat karmani nityani bhutadi prabhava guna mana sarva vikaratma buddhi vijnana rupini. The sense organs, Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnanam Jana Shalakya Tashumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vishwatara Krishna Prasad Bhutale Shri Janmali Swami Tinamali Namo Vishwatara Krishna Prasad Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamali Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nivishesha Shanivadi Pashasta Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The sense organs are attached to the modes of material nature, and the modes of material nature are products of the false ego. The mind is subjected to all kinds of material experiences, happiness, and distress, and the intelligence is the feature of mind's deliberation. Purport. Illusioned by the material nature, the living entity identifies with false ego. More clearly, when the living entity is entrapped by the material body, he at once identifies with the bodily relationships, forgetting his own identity as a spirit soul. This false ego associates with different modes of material nature, and thus the senses become attached to the modes of material nature. Mind is the instrument for feeling different material experiences, but intelligence is deliberative and can change everything for the better. The intelligent person, therefore, can attain salvation from the illusion of material existence by proper use of intelligence. An intelligent person can detect the awkward position of material existence and thus begin to inquire as to what he is, why he is subjected to different kinds of miseries, and how to get rid of all miseries. And thus, by good association, an advanced intelligent person can turn towards the better life of self realization. It is advised, therefore, that an intelligent person associate with the great sages and saints who are on the path of salvation. By such association, one can receive instructions which are able to slacken the conditioned soul's attachment for matter, and thus the intelligent man gradually gets rid of illusion of matter and false ego and is prompted to the real life of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So this chapter is basically the 10th chapter, especially the 10 objects has been defined, and I thought it will be very good to revise this, and this is why I tried to put this diagram together to help us understand the whole 10 topics which has been discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, and what has been covered out of these 10 topics in 10th chapter, and what are we going to cover in particular this verse. So just giving you overview of the of this second canto, and mainly about the whole of the Bhagavatam, basically, that what is covered. So as you know, diagram always speaks 1,000 words, so it's better for me to put it in those. So 10 topics which are sarga, visarga, sthanam, poshanam, utya, manvantara, ashunak, ashnukatha, nirodha, mukti, and ashray. Ashray. These three 10 top. This 10 top.
Ishanukatha.
Sorry,
Satyabhama. Isha
sorry.
means the Lord. Ishanukatha.
Ishanukatha. Thank you so much, Mataji. Sorry, I was just about to put someone on mute. Thank you, you are there. Okay, let me just, yeah, Ishanukatha. So first one is Sarga, which explains the primary creation at first time how the creation happened. So what was provided by the Lord at the time of primary creation? So that includes five sense objects, five gross elements, five senses and mind. So these four items, 16 item basically, has been provided by the Lord for the secondary creation. So secondary creation is happened basically by the Lord Brahma. However, the ingredients for the secondary creation was provided by the Lord as time of the Sarga. And this is why the Lord is called the original creator, because the raw ingredients of everything was provided by the Lord. The second one is secondary creation, which includes the organization and creation. So what has been created? The planetary systems, all the universes, the cosmic manifestation, everything has come in picture. All the diverse forms, like life forms. For basically, we have different types of plants, animals, insects, mammals, humans. All these different varieties were created and organized by Lord Brahma. So that is secondary creation, Visarga. Then comes sthanam, maintenance. So sustenance and maintenance of the planets. That is like whatever has been created by Brahmaji, that has been maintained by the Lord. He is maintaining them by how he is maintaining them? By his vision, by his view, by his mercy, by his glance. He is maintaining sthanam. That is the maintenance of all the planets that he is doing. Then comes the Poshanam. Poshanam is protection and mercy. And that is mainly, specifically, this is for protection and care and love and affection given by the Lord to his devotees. And not all the devotees, devotees who are surrendered. They are taken shelter of the Lord. So as you can see, Prahlad Maharaj was a completely surrendered soul. So basically, the pastime of Narsinghdev, Lord Narsinghdev covers the Poshanam object of this of the Bhagavatam, and where the Lord gives the protection to his devotees. Then comes the Uttaya. Uttaya is creative impetus. So this mainly covers the what is the motivation we all have for the different material desires, material actions. So basically, we want to conquer the world. This is why I put this picture as in this is what we have in our mind, that we want to do everything. We want to satisfy our senses. And so what is the motivation behind it? What is that creative impetus we have that causes us to come back again and again in this material world? And that is what is explained in Uttaya, that the activities and the motivation behind it for the material action, for the sense gratification, and that is something that keeps us keep coming in this material world. The 84 unions we take, that is because of this motivation, because of this reason, that we have something in our mind that we want to achieve, we want to gain. Then comes the manvantras. So as we know details of the manvantras, I won't go in counting of that how many manvantras are there. But as we know that there are 14 manvantras comes in each yugas, and we have 71 yugas comes in one day of Brahma, and Brahma lives for 100 years. So this manvantra topic, this covers the activities of the manvantras, which every time they comes. So whatever they do, how they perform their activities, who comes with them, and how the progeny is created, what are the activities performed, that has been covered in this. Then Asanukatha. Maybe I'm not sure if still pronouncing right. The Mataji has corrected me, but these
Isha,
are the
Ishanu
activities.
Katha.
Huh? Isanukatha. Yes,
Ishanu
thank you,
Katha.
Mat.
Isha
Is
means the Lord. Here it
Isha
is
means Lord.
Isha. Katha
Isha.
means about the Lord.
About the Lord. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Ishanukatha. So these are the different incarnations Lord has taken. So in this particular topic, it covers the different incarnations of the Lord, different activities of the Lord, and activities of his pure devotees as well. Not only the Lord, because Lord, wherever the Lord is, his devotees are there. So this is basically a one topic. Though it is different, the activities of the Lord, but Lord doesn't perform activities a single, all by himself. He performed it with his devotees. So for example, Mathura pastime, Vrindavan pastimes, and nursing Dev, Dhruv Maharaj, and all this, Dasha Avatara Krishna has taken. All these pastimes are connected with his devotees, his pure devotees. So this particular topic covers the incarnation activities of the Lord and his pure devotees. Then comes the Nirodha. Nirodha is annihilation. So everything which is dissolution, everything which goes back to Mahavishnu, gets dissolved. For example, everything when the waters of annihilation comes, everything goes back in the body of Mahavishnu, and that is dissolution, annihilation. Then comes the mukti. Mukti, when what happens, what do we understand from liberation? Liberation means we come out from the cycle of birth and death. When we leave this body, material body, and we get a spiritual body. So as we know, there are five different types of liberation. When we get the same body as the Lord, when we get the same loka, basically, location, basically, his lok, uh, where we associate with the Lord, when we get his personal association. There's a different five, liberation we get. So that is when we leave this material body and we get a spiritual body, and that is liberation. And then comes the Lord, who is the supreme shelter. He is everything, Sanambanam, and He is the final refuge. So that's where we should. So, first nine topics gives us the intelligence, understanding, and guidance to understand that the supreme shelter, the Lord, is everything we should take shelter of. He is the final refuge. All this, everything you need to understand, only to understand this, that Shri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and He is the cause of all causes. He is everything we have, and He is the final refuge. So that is something, just to give you the a glimpse of what has been covered, the 10 topics. Now, if we go back to this particular verse, so this verse is explaining that how we can use our intelligence to come out of this material illusion. So before we understand that in the deep, it's very good to understand this. That is the basics of Bhagavad Gita, the chariot of the body. That what are this? The horses are the five senses, the reins are mind, person who is riding the horses is intelligence, and soul is the passenger. Now, what this verse is trying to say is, in this verse, Sukdev Goswami is saying that these five senses are created, are provided comes from the three material modes. And what are the modes? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. So this verse is saying, if we go back to verse, the senses are attached to the modes of material nature, and the modes of material nature are products of false ego. So these five senses which we're talking about are attached. They comes from this three modes. And what does the modes do? Modes connect us to all these different paraphernalia, material paraphernalia. So for example, just to give example, the senses of eyes, and it's connected to goodness, passion, and ignorance. And if it follows the goodness, then I will be reading the Bhagavad Gita, I will be reading the scriptures. But if it follows the passion and ignorance, in passion I'll be watching movies, and ignorance I'll be using these senses for sleeping. So this is just to give that how these three modes are connected with the material objects in the world, and how this, because of the modes, our senses gets attached to the material objects. So it can be, we can use our tongue. So we can eat, in mode of goodness, we eat prasad. In mode of passion, we eat, onion garlic. We eat food which is very spicy, very, very hot, very old. And in mode of ignorance, what we do, we eat, people eat non-veg. Yeah. So this is how it's linked. The modes are linked to our senses, and these modes are also linked to the material objects. Now in this particular verse, if we say that this two lines, Gunat Karmani Nidrani Bhutadi Prabhava Guna. So this Guna Karmani Indriyani, this talking about the senses, and Bhutadi Prabhava Guna is talking about how this three modes are linked to the different items, different objects, and false ego. The second line mentions mana sarva vikaratma buddhir vijnana rupini. It explains that how the mind and intelligence plays their role in between all these. So if we look at this, sorry, going back to the diagram. So the mind is basically deriving us. It's our senses goes in different directions because of the mind. As you can see, that this reins, how you pull them, and that the horse goes in that direction. So our mind is reason for why we are in happiness, we are in distress. Sometimes we cry, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we lament. So many emotions we get in our mind. Sometimes we are very angry, sometimes we are overly joyful. So this all things, the speculation comes from the mind, and in that direction our senses goes. So it's very important for us to understand that how most of the time our mind uh, uh, derives us. It makes us do things. Sometime, if you're very angry in mood, we might do something wrong with someone. We can use our senses, our touch, our tongue or our hands to do something wrong with someone. Or we can, our mind wants to do something, enjoy, then we might, use our senses in that enjoyment. So mind is this is what the mind does, that it defines our emotions and takes us in different directions. As it says here, mind is subjected to all kinds of material experiences. The happiness and distress comes from mind. However, the intelligence, and that is again going back to this picture, what does the intelligence do? The person, basically, who is holding the ropes and who is directing the senses. So the person is basically who is riding this chariot is intelligence. And thank goodness that is intelligence is riding this chariot. Imagine if it's other way around. It's not like that. The ropes are not intelligence. Who is holding the ropes, who is holding the mind, that is intelligence. And intelligence is something can help us, that can help us decide what is right and what is wrong, in which direction should I go, what is right for my future, what can take me back, what can connect me with the Lord, how should I use my mind, how should I use my senses, and how should I engage them so that I can go back home. So this is something, and Srila Prabhupada has very nicely explained it here. And we will go now in the deep of what Srila Prabhupada is trying to say in this purport. So Srila Prabhupada has said three main things in this. Srila Prabhupada has said that understand what is, how to use your intelligence can take you back, can your intelligence, using the intelligence in the right direction. Then second thing Srila Prabhupada has said, by how do you use intelligence? By good association. Yeah, an advanced intelligent person can turn towards the better life of self-realization, and that can happen only by the good association. And third thing, which is bit hidden in this particular part, which Srila Prabhupada has explained, is prompted to the real life of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So we all, as being a devotees, we can experience that being in this material world, and living, going through our all family issues, our house chores, and our jobs, material jobs, what we're doing, everything. Along with all of this distress, there is something that keeps us all going. And what is that? That is the devotional service is prompted to the real life of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So bliss, eternity, and knowledge, that we can feel it even being in this material world when we are engaged in the devotional service. So that is very beautifully explained by Srila Prabhupada, that how we can use our intelligence, be in the good association, and direct our association so that we read the Shastras, we get knowledge, and then we are always blissful. We are always blissful wherever we are in the spiritual world or in the material world. We will always be blissful and will be eternal in that way, because that bliss is engrossed, like your soul is completely engrossed with that bliss. A bliss of serving, bliss of getting knowledge about the Lord, and bliss of surrender. Bliss of surrender is also very important to understand, that when we feel surrendered, when we are surrendered, then then we are relieved. We don't have to worry about it, because we have left everything on the Lord Krishna. We think that he's going to sort out. Why do we have to worry about it? So these are the few things I wanted to actually discuss about the association, that how important the association is. So we'll start with this bhajan. I won't sing it because you all will run away, but I will read the translation by Bhaktivinoda Thakur on this particular bhajan. Oh, Vaishnav Thakur, you must have all heard this important bhajan basically. So the translation is as follows: O venerable Vaishnava, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Teach me to control my six passion, rectify my six faults, bestow upon the six qualities, and offer unto me the six kinds of holy association. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtana of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just one drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I'm simply running behind you shouting, Krishna, Krishna. So this bhajan so beautifully explains, especially the fourth line in that: Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. So, this is what the potency of the pure Vaishnavas are. Krishna is with them. Yeah, they have seen Krishna, they have realized Him, they have surrendered to Him, and they have seen how Krishna looks after the surrendered soul. So, Krishna is there, Krishna is yours, and they have power to give Him to us. So, we have to always remember. Yesterday, we had a very good fortune of meeting Jayadvaita Maharaj in London. And it was so amazing just to see him. Like, as I always say, Guru Maharaj is a completely different vibration comes from their body. They're so compassionate. They want to bless, they want to give, they want to say, they want to talk about Krishna. And basically they are freely roaming on this mother earth, walking and purifying this place, and trying to give out Krishna to everyone. They're saying just how Mahaprabhu has opened the treasure house of the Krishna prem. That's how these devotees, pure devotees of the Lord, they are like mercifully trying to give the Krishna prem, Krishna to everyone. So what we should do is we should just run behind them shouting Krishna, Krishna. So this is something I thought it's a very important for us to, because in our spiritual life, association is very important. We cannot progress staying in the house, locked in a room, chanting our 16 japa, having our routine, normal, just staying at home sadhana. It will not help. The more we meet the devotees, the more we talk to them, the more we talk about Krishna, it will help us progress. It just, we need to learn how do we associate with them. We should have intelligence to for the association, that how do we associate. We might find different devotees, and as in the hands, not all five fingers are same. As Krishna's devotees are different, they all are different. They have different qualities, a different way they express themselves. They have different habits. So it doesn't mean that, in the hands, if the five fingers have different sizes, it doesn't mean that they are not connected to your hands. They are not part of your body. Same as with, all the pure devotees, even they look different. They have different habits. They have different preaching, and different view on how to serve the Lord. However, they are Krishna's devotees. They are, loved and cared and protected by the Lord. So this is very important for us to understand whenever we deal with the devotees. And I'll read this last thing, which is very important for us to understand. So this mention, teach me to control six passions, six faults, six qualities, and six kinds of holy association. The six passions are those pertaining to words, the minds, anger, the tongue, the stomach, and the genitals. The six faults are overeating, attachment to material things, inability to follow irregulative principles, sense gratification, useless ideal talk, and impure habits. The six positive qualities are enthusiasm in practicing devotional service, firm faith in devotional processes, a strong desire to attain prema bhakti, a favorable service attitude, avoidance of non devotees, and appreciation of the company of devotees. Again, this is so important, appreciation, the association of devotees. The six methods of association are to go on assembly of devotees, to invite devotees into one's home, to discuss and hear devotional topics, to hear the Mahaprasad, to take the Mahaprasad of devotees, and to offer Mahaprasad to devotees. So this is very important. This comes from letter of instruction as well, that how should we associate with devotees. There are few more verses which I've actually collected on the topics of association, and in this one typically from the Prithu Maharaja's pastime when he's talking to four Kumaras. And in this one, Srila Prabhupada has given this purport, and it's very important. Let's read that. By association with devotees, dirty things within the heart of materialistic man are gradually washed away by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As silver becomes shiny by being polished, the heart of a materialistic person is cleansed of lusty desires by the good association of devotees. So this is also very, we should understand that whatever dirty things are in our heart, and it will go on till we have this material body. As you know, our house gets dirty every day and you have to clean it every day. Our clothes gets dirty every day, we have to clean it every day. Same as this heart will get dirty till we leave our body. It will see the objects and it will get attached to them. It will get attached to the people. It will get attached to the different sense gratifying items. So we'll have to keep cleaning them. And what we'll have to do? By the association of devotees. In that, we will slowly, we will completely clean them, remove them from our heart, and then the stage will come that we will not even think about those things ever in our life. So this is what the association does, that slowly, it removes everything from your heart, all these dirty things. And then we'll read this verse. So this one is actually, I was talking about. So one thing, this I highlighted this. Before that, I've got few points which when I was preparing for this class, and I've noticed that Gauranga Darshan Prabhu has got very nicely is explained in one of these books in Uddhav Gita. Krishna has given, us 7 reasons why we should associate with devotees. And Krishna has explained that why is it important for the people to meet pure devotees and stay in their association. So first one it does is it destroys the material attachment. So you don't feel attached. You're always spiritually inclined. You do not have any material attachment, and what those material attachment are, these are your family. So I'm not saying that you should not attach to your family. It's a natural affection we should have, but in our head we should remember that this is all going to stay here. What we're doing is we're going back, alone. So those material attachment which is stopping you on your spiritual journey, that is gets destroyed. What it does, it improves, it teaches you the Vaishnava behavior, and that those are the Vaishnava behavior that has been explained in this particular verse. And what are those Vaishnava behavior are? That eight qualities of devotees, that we are dependent on Krishna, we are always conscious about Krishna, and we are always peaceful, we are completely peaceful, as this verse says. Santa. So what happens when we are associated with saintly devotees, not dependent on anything material? They have fixed their mind on Krishna. They are completely peaceful. They endowed with samdarshina. They have equal vision. They are nirmanha. Nirmanha means free from possessiveness. Nirankara, free from false ego. Niradvanda, free from all dualities. So dualities are what? Happiness, distress. Matra splash sukhanteya, sitoshna sukha dukha dha. So sukh dukh, heat and cold, happiness and distress, they are all same and free from greed. So it gives us the view how the devotees are. When we associate with devotees like this, we also get this qualities. So we develop Vaishnava behavior, Vaishnava qualities. And then third one is Krishna Katha. What happens when we are basically in association of devotees? Because devotees likes to talk only about Krishna. They don't gossip here and there, all these things, who has bought what and who has done what, who are complaining, fault finding, all these are not qualities of devotees. Devotees are always focused, thinking, talking, acting for Krishna only. So whenever we are with the devotees, we are talking about Krishna. And we were talking about Krishna, we are hearing Krishna Katha, then it removes all our sins, it purifies us. Then fourth one is achieving bhakti by Krishna Katha. And what happens when we hear? So we purify our sins and we receive bhakti, we gain bhakti from that. Because Krishna Katha is भक्ति देने वाली है, भक्ति देती है, it's भक्ति प्रदायिनी. Then fifth is we get service to pure devotees. Service to pure devotees is what happens when we are with the association of the devotees, when they're talking to us, when you get a chance to serve them as well. So, for example, when Maharajas come, when they gather, like for example, these retreats, there's so many opportunities to serve Maharajas, the pure devotees of the Lord. And then by the service to them, we purify ourselves. So, there are 9 stages of devotional services. So basically, devotional steps are there. So it starts from Shraddha. But before that, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it says that there are two more things which helps your journey to spiritual journey to begin. And so you have Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha, Nivritti. All these stages start. Before that, there are 2 stages, which are service to the pure devotees and mercy from the pure devotees. So that is what happens when you get the service to the pure devotees and then you get their mercy and then your faith develops. So Shraddha doesn't automatically develops. It develops because you have served a devotee, you have got his blessings, his or her blessings. So that is very important. This is what happens when we serve the pure devotees. Then sixth is the association of the devotees is the safe boat to take you out from this ocean of birth and death. You can hold their feet and you will be out from here in no time. And then seventh is association bestow spiritual vision. Spiritual vision is having a divine vision to see, understand, and to be able to view the Lord, thinking of the Lord. So when we are in the association of the devotee, one day, we will be able to see Krishna. So what happens in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna that I'll give you divine vision and then you can see me. You can see my form, universal form. In the same way, when we associate with the devotees, we get the spiritual vision and we can visualize it. How the Golok Vrindavan would be looking like. How would I feel when I go there? How does Krishna looks like? How is his blue form is? How does he, how does he looks in his yellow silk dhoti? So this all vision that comes in our view when we think about when we associate with devotees because how they do it because the devotees gives their vision to us, they bless us, the merciful glance of theirs on us gives us that view. And this is why many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, all of them, Srila Prabhupada has picked up this all this his disciples, all of this world, all of us, from the deep down of all this material entanglement, and he has lifted us up completely and given us the vision of Shrimad Bhagavatam, of Chaitanya Charitamrita, of Bhagavad Gita, nectar of devotion. This is how Srila Prabhupada is providing us the vision for us, a window to the spiritual world. He's saying that come and look in these books and then you can see the spiritual world. So just by associating with Srila Prabhupada's books, you get that spiritual vision to see beyond this material world. So this is very important for us to associate with devotees as in bhaktas and associate with book Bhagavat as well. Read book Bhagavat and so when we are in this type of when we are reading, we are understanding, and we are meeting devotees, when we are discussing the topics, and that's when all this impurities start to go away from our heart, and we start to build that. Even though being in the material body, we start to build that transcendental body, that spiritual body, and that is what the body is possessed by all the Maharajas. How do they travel the whole world, and how do they preach continuously, how do they write books, how do they answer emails, and how do they still come and join the daily classes. So they all have the spiritual body, even though they are in the material body. So it is achievable when we associate with them, because they will give us that spiritual vision. So, in the nutshell, this verse is saying that use our intelligence to understand what is right, what is wrong, and how do we associate with good with devotees, and that will happen. And once that happens, then we will be engaging in the spiritual, in devotional service, and that will give us eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So I'll stop here, and I'm sorry for talking so long, but I hope the verse made sense a bit. And thank you so much for tolerating me and having patience listening me. Devi Mataji, before we go ahead with the questions, I would humbly request you if you want to add anything from me which I missed, maybe, please.
Wonderful class, Satyabhama. So many wonderful points that you have made, especially why the association of devotees is so powerful. I would like to remind us of a very beautiful verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 5:5-2. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes. By service to the great personalities, the door to Vaikuntha opens. That is how powerful service to the great souls.
Hmm.
That is why we are encouraged in our Hare Krishna movement, as this purport also says, to associate with sadhus, to associate with saintly persons who are on the path of salvation, because by their mercy, we will get into that line. We are, as you rightly said, we are very fallen, we are very addicted and even intoxicated by all these material entanglements. We don't see them as entanglements. We are just enchanted and enamored of the material energy and simply want to taste more and more. But by associating with great souls, we will actually get a higher taste. Because remember Narad Muni's story. He was just a little servant boy, son of a servant maid. But simply by association with those great souls and taking the remnants of their prasadam, Mahaprasadam, What a great soul he has become, that he is spiritual master to Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, and to all of us also, because Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, he comes in the Sampradaya. So we don't understand, still, because we are so immature, we are so filled up with our own, false ego, pride, this, that. But we must always understand that respect comes first. Respect to the seniors, respect, having Vaishnava etiquette, treating everyone with respect. Because whether somebody is a neophyte or somebody is very advanced, they're still spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So we must see Krishna in everyone's heart and treat everyone as part and parcel of Krishna. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Only in such a state of mind we can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. How? One must be humbler than a blade of grass. One must be more tolerant than a tree, completely devoid of all false prestige, ready to offer all respects to others. This is a very, very difficult thing for us. But if we strive little by little by little, Krishna will help, and then we will understand many things. I really liked so many wonderful points that you made. You described all the 10 things that are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then you explained how it all happened. Then you explained about one more thing which I like very much was association. Yeah, association of devotees and the 7 things that it brings about. So thank you very much, Satyabhama. You're blossoming into a wonderful preacher. Hari Bol. Pray that you can give more and more classes and enliven more and more devotees. Hari Bo. I don't know if my internet is so great in this hotel room in Vrindavan, but I'll try. Can you
Oh,
see
I
me?
can see you.
Ah, Radhe
Hi.
Radhe.
Radhe,
Here everyone
Radhe.
says Radhe
So
Radhe.
nice to take a darshan, Mataji. Very nice.
Well, I want to have your darshan, and so it is reciprocal. Can't just hide behind the camera.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, Satyabhama.
Thank
Very
you.
happy to attend this class.
Oh, thank you, Mataji. You're so, supportive, kind. Mm. Any questions, devotees, so we can. And it'd be nice to have your cameras on if you can. Yeah. Jai Brajmantal Prabhu ki Jai. Thank you, Jai Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu Jai. Thank you, thank you. Yes, Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji disabled my camera. Can turn it on.
Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev. I have a question on association. You spoke so much about association of devotees and so much about so many benefits and qualities and learning and blessings that we can get from association of devotees. Many of these great qualities feels like they're readily available from the great saintly quality, the great saintly personalities that we can all recognize quite easily because they're like Srila Prabhupada disciples, sannyasis, big preachers. But that's only a minority of the devotees in the movement. So in the movement, we've got devotees at all different levels with different qualities, different struggles. So I wanted to understand a bit more. When you were speaking about all these qualities, can you put it into a bit more context? Because it's not so easy to get the association. Well, it is easy when you know that one of these great saints is in town and you can go running after them if they're doing something that's in the public domain in a temple room or a public program. Not so much if they're doing things privately. But then for the rest of the devotees, whilst there's so many around in all of the temples and the programs, it's not so easy to know where to go, which as devotees to chase after and try and get the association. Which of them will actually want to have give you their association? Because many of them will also be selective in who they're giving association to.
So your question is how do we find out that who is the elevated and pure devotee is? Is that
Where do we go? What do we do? Because it sounds so easy in when you say it, but actually, what do we do? Where do we go? How do we get the right association?
right association? Yes. So I have always noticed that when you associate with people, you get the idea that what type of devotees they are. Humility, their qualities, 26 qualities of the devotees that has been explained, and few qualities which I explained in this call as well. That what was those? So I'll repeat it again, that they're always dependent on Krishna, they're always conscious of Krishna, they're peaceful, they're samdarshina, they are free from possessiveness or false ego, free from material dualities and material greed. So these are qualities for definitely pure devotees, like literally those who are, at very high stages. But from the beginning, we don't always get the association of the pure devotees, as in, we all most like 70-80% time we associate with our devotees in our congregation. And you might see them, you might not see them as pure devotees. It depends on our own consciousness, that how do we interact with them. So the devotees who are always, I personally, this is my view, so it's not based on shastras, there might be concrete answers from shastras, but how I've learned that the devotees who are helping you progress in Krishna consciousness. Devotees, when you meet, you think, when you look at them, you think of Krishna. Yeah. When you meet them, they're talking about Krishna. They're not gossiping with you. Yeah. When you discuss your problems with them, they give a Krishna conscious solution based on the scriptures to you, and give the examples of the scriptures, that this is how this devotee has dealt with in this problem. So the person who's connecting you more to the shastras, to more to the spiritual master, more to the to being a Krishna conscious person, then that devotee, I would suggest that be in their association. But the devotees who are, always fault finding or always complaining, have issues, then you don't cut off from them, but you reduce your association with them, because in India we used to say sangati karti hai asar. Yeah. The more you associate with different type of people, you become a person like that. So if someone is wrong, because not all of us are same at the same level, we all have a different level. We need to recognize that and appreciate it as well, so that we all are different people. That appreciation itself helps. So yeah, I would say that associate only with devotees who you think are helping you in your journey, and reduce the association with, not yeah, try and reduce the association with who are having a negative impact on your journey. So, but yeah, pure devotees, there are definitely three types of devotees. We know that there are uh, I forgot, Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Kanishtadhikari. So we understand from the symptoms of understanding what are these type of devotees are. So for example, Kanishtadhikari, they think that Krishna is Krishna. Devotees, that they don't care about devotees. Madhyamadhikari, they understand that they love Krishna, and they love Krishna's devotees as well. But Uttamadhikaris, they don't differentiate about even in the ant and the person. For gold and stone, for them everything is same. So we can, from our understanding, we can differentiate devotees at this three level and understand. However, but not every time is possible to put someone in particular category, that this is Madhyamadhikari, this is Kanishtadhikari, and this is Uttamadhikari. But we should use our intelligence sometime to that who is, yeah, that's how I would do it. Maybe Sridevi Mataji, do you want to add something to this, please?
We are getting pure devotees association every single day on the Zoom call. Huh?
Mm,
Our Guru Maharaj is so merciful to us. We are
yeah.
incredibly fortunate, and Guru Maharaj's mercy is unbounded. So, carefully listening every day to every word emanating from his lotus mouth, that is enough for us
Mm,
to purify our minds and hearts. Of course, after that comes service to the devotees. So we should not wait until, oh, I will go to temple, and then when a pure devotee like Jayadvaita Maharaj comes, then only I will serve. No, we carry on our service no matter what. So our service doesn't get affected or impacted. We serve everyone. So we have our regular service at the temple. We are interacting with all kinds of devotees, and that service should continue. We must become steady in that service. And I know Krishna Kaviraj and his own family, every week they go and they make samosas for the entire Sunday feast congregation. So I know he's heavily involved. So like that, we keep our service very steady no matter what. We may not have very pleasant interactions with devotees. That is the truth. All kinds of devotees with all kinds of material afflictions, material propensities are there, and they will not behave in the way we expect. That is also there.
Mm.
Everyone is different. And so we must become steady that no matter what, we remain equipoised and we continue with our service, no matter how, the other person is. So that's just my humble 2 cents on it for what it is worth.
Mataji, thank you so much. Krishna
Hare
Kaviraj Prabhu, does it help?
I don't know. I think it's a quite complex thing, personally.
No, don't make it so complex, Krishna
Yes.
Kaviraj. There's no need to make it so complex. It's very simple and straightforward. Just stay focused and steady in your service, and automatically you will be able to differentiate. You will be able to go after all the saintly persons that you want. Don't worry.
Mm.
Don't overanalyze it. Paralysis by analysis nahi hona chahiye.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah,
Don't
very true
overthink this.
actually. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry to butt in like that. I was driving and I was listening, and my dear godbrother and dearest friend Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu was speaking, and I can resonate, deeply resonate, because I have a similar question in my heart, which he's already asked, and the answer is there, but I still get Prabhuji's point. Now, let me tell you a little bit about why I'm come on and want to mention this. I've been Krishna conscious my whole life, but we got to work, we do this, we do that, we get married, and so all of this stuff happens. And what recently happened to me is my in-laws are not Krishna conscious, they're just pious Indian family. And for the past 15, 17 years, I've tried my best to get them to get involved with Krishna consciousness somehow or another. And it never worked. And what happened to me is I found that I was associating with them. And I didn't realize. And I started to become like them and do things like them. And I didn't realize until I got quite heartbroken. And it broke me to such a degree. It broke me to such a degree that I'm still trying to figure it out. But Prabhuji, Krishna Kaviraj Prabhuji, but what I know is 1,000,000% fact is our dear Guru Maharaj and all the Vaishnavas here present, they are elevated souls, completely elevated souls. We should grasp and hold their feet and put it to our heads and just stay there. I've realized this. And it's really hard actually speaking to you right now because I require all of your protection. I'm speaking from a point of view of sincerity, humility, and just a bit broken, a bit heartbroken. I'm fine, but just, yeah, I'm quite upset by what's happened and so on. But what I know to be true, Prabhuji, is that yes, we need to find like-minded devotees. I think what you're trying to maybe look for is like-minded devotees. Like I'm an actor, Bhaktivedanta players and all that, and I can be quite eccentric in my own manner. I really can be. So I look for like-minded devotees. However, I look for certain qualities, like Mataji was saying, those particular qualities, and you know when you come across them because they just light up your mood just by their presence. You just talk to them, and after one sentence, you're like, you just feel better. So those are the devotees that we need to look out for. Now, the second point, I'm with you, because although we hear class, and although right now I'm just blissed out being in present of all of you exalted souls, that when I put this phone call down, I'm going to be alone again.
Oi,
But,
no.
but what I do know is Harinam, Nam Sankirtan. Listen to Kirtan 24/7. Don't switch it off. Have it on, regardless, because that's what's going to purify our hearts. That's what's going to bring us closer to each other through Nam Sankirtan, through the holy name. That's what I've learned, Prabhuji.
That's so beautiful answer. Thank you so much, Prabhu. That's very, very nice. That
It's the only way I can.
we are all connected through the holy name, basically. Yeah.
It's the only way I can
Rajamandal
answer it.
Prabhu, you're never alone. We are all
Yes.
with you in spirit no matter what. We are all united as a God family. And I can tell you personally that every temple I go to, every deity I stand in front of, I pray for my God brothers and God sisters every time. So you're always in my heart, and I'm always praying for all of us. So never ever think you're alone. We are just a phone call away, even though we may be halfway across the world. And I totally resonate with you. Family members can really break your heart. Why? Because the connection is very deep. It's temporary, but it's deep because of past life, present life, whatever you may call it. And this is Krishna's way of, I'm so sorry, I wish I could give you a hug. But I do know that you're a very humble soul and you're very devoted to Guru Maharaj. So no matter what, Guru Maharaj's protection will always be with you, Prabhu. You don't have to worry about a thing because Guru Maharaj's love and mercy will envelop you like a safe cloud and keep you, safe at his lotus feet. And nothing can have any long-term damage or effects on you. Don't worry.
Thank you, Mahtaji. I just, with folded hands, I ask all of you, just please pray for me that I overcome this pain that I've been going through recently. I beg for your kindness and your prayers, please. Thank you.
Certainly, certainly. I will pray for you to Srimati Radharani here in Vrindavan. I'm going now to the temple in a few minutes. And she is very tender hearted. She's very, very merciful. She could not bear to hear the crying of a little fox that was caught in a forest fire, trapped in a foxhole. So she's very tender hearted. I will pray for her to heal your wounded heart.
Thank you, Mahtaji. Thank you, dear Vaishnavas.
Welcome.
I love you all dearly. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. We love you too, Brajmandal. Every one of you is so dear to Guru Maharaj. He cares so deeply for all of us. So we must care for each other very deeply and be really there for each other. Radhanath Maharaj says, at the end of the day, all we have is each other. Tomorrow, if I'm dying, I want you all to come and chant the holy name in my ear. And how will that happen unless I build a relationship with all of you? So that comes by being vulnerable. We appreciate your gift of trust in us today by sharing your heart, by being vulnerable, and by sharing what's going on so that we can be there in your hour of grief and you can be there for me in my hour of grief. It's reciprocal. Tomorrow
Most
I may
certainly.
be weeping and crying, and I will say, Brajamandal, I don't know what's going on. Please help me.
I don't trust the world anymore. I just trust the Vaishnavas. That's where I've become.
Yes,
I just lost trust. I can't do it anymore.
right, right. We are with you, brother. We hear you. Don't
Thank you.
worry, Krishna will take care. Don't worry.
Thank you. My apologies.
Hare. My apologies too, if there is an apology required. I don't think
No,
so.
no,
We're a God
No,
no,
family.
not at all.
no. Just my
And we
apologies
all will
for.
pray for you, Braj Prabhu. We all will pray for you. And do not sing the prayer and offer the lamp on behalf of you. Please don't worry. You'll be
But
fine.
I hope, Krishna Kaviraj Bhai, my dear brother, I hope that put a bit of light on that question. I hope so.
Now Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu really prays for devotees. So I think he will make very special prayers for you also, Prabhu. Don't worry.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Prabhuji. We all will pray for you. We all are with you, Prabhuji.
Jai. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Brajmandal Prabhu, and being a part of family. It's nice that you shared with us. We can all pray for you.
Thank you.
That is what the family is for.
100%.
Be together. Yes. Devotees, any other questions, comments, realizations? Otherwise, we are over 1 hour, so we can close the call if there are no other questions. Let me just wait for a few seconds.
Thank you so much for the nice class, Mataji.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
Satyabhama, thank you again. My most humble obeisances to you and to all the
My heart
Vaishnavas
is
and
created.
Vaishnavis.
Jai.
My yatra is over. I'm going back to Mayapur tomorrow
Hari Hari.
and meeting my dear sister Soumyadhatri very soon.
Hari Bol Jai.
Very good.
Vaishnavis ki
That's it.
Jai. Jai. Okay,
Thank you,
thank you so much
Satyabhama. That
everyone
was
for
really
joining.
nice class.